The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The Philippine government will continue to negotiate with Kuwait over its visa suspension for Filipinos. Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary Paul Cortez said they respect the laws being imposed by Kuwait, whose entry ban for Filipinos remains in effect due to the Philippines' alleged violations of a labor agreement. According to Cortez, they hope to continue the dialogues for the welfare of Filipino workers.
Regrettably, may mga actions that were construed as violations, but we will continue working with the Kuwaitis on ensuring na yung tingin natin when it comes to taking care of the well-being of our Filipinos are within the bounds of their laws.
Meanwhile, the DFA has already reached out to the families of 5 missing Filipino seafarers. They were among the crew members on board the Chinese fishing vessel that capsized in the Indian Ocean last week.
For now, they're just officially missing pa lang. We cannot declare them dead pa. Kasi nga, certain regulations. And they've only recovered 7 bodies.
The government continues its efforts to curb smuggling, and one move being considered by President Bongbong Marcos to do so is the conduct of pre-shipping inspections for agricultural goods. President Marcos, who is also agriculture chief, says this move will not only minimize smuggling of agricultural commodities, but will also ensure their safety for public consumption. Under this scheme, agricultural products that will be transported to the Philippines will be initially inspected in the country of origin before shipping. To speed up the process, the palace says this move will also cover agricultural invoices to make sure that shipments have already been paid prior to the arrival of the planes or ships. Marcos says there is also a need to conduct cost analysis first to make sure that no added burden will be imposed on consumers. The Health Department detects more cases of the Arcturus subvariant in the country. Data from the DOH shows the agency recorded 17 more new cases of the XBB.1.16 Omicron subvariant in the country. According to the agency's report, the cases were detected in Metro Manila, Bicol, Mimaropa, Central and Western Visayas, and the Davao region. The latest figure pushes the total number of Arcturus cases in the country to 28. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Super Typhoon Mawar has further intensified as it inches closer to the Philippine area of responsibility. Pag-asa last spotted Mawar Center some 1,740 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon. It has a strength of up to 215 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 265 kph. The super typhoon may enter the Philippine area of responsibility later tonight or tomorrow morning. Mawar will be locally named as Betty once it enters the Philippine area of responsibility. Its eye is seen to be within 300 kilometers of the Batanes-Babuyan area by early next week. Mawar may start bringing heavy rains over northern Luzon by late Sunday or on Monday.
Possible na magdalan itong si Super Typhoon Mawar o si Super Typhoon Betty pagpasok ng park ng mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan sa may northern Luzon area simula sa araw ng Linggo. At possible din yung malalakas na hangin, especially sa may extreme northern Luzon at gayon din sa may northern Luzon area. So may possibility po na magtaas tayo ng tropical cyclone wind signal sa mga susunod pang mga araw.
For now, the southwesterly wind flow and localized thunderstorms are triggering rains in several areas. These include Metro Manila, Zamboanga Peninsula, Northern Mindanao, Soc-Sargen, and BARMM. Pag-asa warns of possible flash floods and landslides. Super Typhoon Mawar leaves Guam with most of the U.S. Western Pacific territory without power or water. The typhoon's 240-kilometer-per-hour winds uprooted trees and knocked over power lines, causing widespread outages on the territory. At last count on Wednesday afternoon, all but 1,000 of the island's 52,000 homes and businesses were without power. Crews are now working to restore electricity, giving priority to critical infrastructure such as hospitals and wastewater facilities. Residents are also advised to boil their water until further notice, as crews repair generators damaged by the typhoon. A Filipina in Guam recalled her experience during the storm. She told One News Now the big story that the typhoon was so strong that even homes designed to withstand storms weren't as effective.
We thought the door would come off kasi sa sobrang lakas ng hangin, and then with the wind na sobrang lakas, yung tubig. Although designed yung bahay dito sa Guam for typhoon, kaya may mga typhoon shutters kami, it did not make any difference kasi pumasok pa rin yung tubig. Monday morning pa lang, May 22, we were told to be ready. So talagang we took it seriously, and good thing na sumunod kaming lahat dahil we never expected it to be like that strong.
Preparations are underway for different government agencies as Super Typhoon Mawar moves closer to the Philippine area of responsibility. Gerard de la Peña with the report.
The MMDA has released its newly purchased aluminum and fiberglass boats, military truck, life vests, life buoys, and other rescue equipment. These will be stationed in flood-prone areas in Metro Manila such as Camanava, Quezon City, and Marikina. Preparations are said to be necessary for the arrival of Typhoon Mawar, which may potentially cause severe flooding.
Ito pong parating na bagyo, masasabi natin na blessing po ito at the first. Blessing dahil may dala po itong tubig. Hopefully, mapuno yung ating mga dams at makakatulong po ito na ma-mitigate yung posibleng epekto ng El Nino. Pero pwede rin po ito maging curse dahil kung sobra naman po ang dami ng tubig na dadalhin na itong bagyo na ito, ay pwede po magdulot ng pagbaha.
The Social Welfare Department, meanwhile, mentioned that they have prepared food packs for those in need. The agency has also instructed the preparation of evacuation sites. Aside from the MMDA and DSWD, the Office of the Civil Defense has advised residents to evacuate if necessary during the storm. The OCD says there are signs to watch out for to determine if evacuation is necessary. These include areas prone to flooding, where the ground is visibly weak, and areas prone to landslides, where the soil is showing signs of cracking.
Payo lamang po natin dito po sa ating mga kababayan na maaaring nadaanan po ng bagyo, unang-una po kung kaya po, maging maalam po tayo dito po sa ating kapaligiran, no? So kung dapat alamin po natin ano yung mga hazards na nandito or present dito sa ating itira natin. Pag dumating na po itong bagyo, Pag sinabi pong lumikas, isa na po nga po is lumikas po tayo.
As for the Philippine Red Cross, the agency is intensively preparing days before Super Typhoon Mawar enters the Philippine area of responsibility. Amphibious vehicles or vehicles suitable for high water or land have been positioned in Clark and other parts of northern Luzon. Chainsaws and circular saws for clearing operations are also on standby. Rescue trucks, ambulances, and necessary equipment for rescuing people in tall buildings and houses are ready as well.
So yung rescue truck po na yan, nandyan na po lahat ang gamit natin. Nandyan na po yung ginagay pang collapse. Kapag lumindol po, high angle, nandyan na rin po. Water rescue, nandyan na rin po. Kompleto na po yung ano natin.
Local government units situated along the western seaboard are advised to prepare as they may be severely affected. For News 5, Gerard De La Peña, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.